Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends series deluxe set of the Thunderbolts Punisher mech suit. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collecting.
And if you like my content, please consider subscribing.
For more than 2 years now, Articulated Empire has become your trusted online retailer. They carry all the latest lines like Mythic Legion, Savage Crucible, Marvel Legends, NECA, and much, much more. They ship your items quickly and securely. You'll be quite happy how Steve and his team follow through with their care and attention. Articulated Empire also offers free shipping over $75 and no tax except for Illinois residents. So head over to articulatedempire.com today and build your empire. As you can see here, we have some beautiful artwork on the back, and it says Punisher in the Hulkbuster armor. When the Punisher Frank Castle sets his sights on former allies serving General Thaddeus Ross's Thunderbolts team, he equips himself with the Hulkbuster armor to take on the Red Hulk. We have some nice artwork here on this side of the package, just the name and some more artwork on that side, and the red Punisher logo on the top. All right, man, it didn't seem like there was a lot tucked away in the package, but there actually was. There was quite a bit. Now, of course, you know, these are duplicates mostly, these are duplicates, those are mostly duplicates, these are duplicates. So, you know, it's a lot of duplicated items here, but you do get 4 of these sort of blast effects. I don't know if there we go. Let's bring my light back in here where it should be. So you do get 4 of these little blast effects. They're all identical. They have no gradient, no paint on them at all, the exact same port. And then you do get 2 of these smoke effects as well, same style port. Now you can port them into this minigun here, which is really cool. It does rotate. There's not a lot on here. There's a little bit of paint, and it looks okay. I think overall, this whole entire, like all of the accessories and like all of the, like the body itself could use like a weathering pass. And that may be something that I do on my end, you know, just to enjoy this figure a little bit more. But yeah, as you can see here, this is all, you know, no weathering. It's all brand new, like factory, straight from the factory. We do have a ball port here, and I'm going to show you what we can do with that. But as far as like the, you know, the blast effects go, you can put a couple in here, but they're going to start like running into each other. You definitely don't have enough room, but you can kind of put them wherever you want. You know, you do have 6 holes in here. And then of course you can also do some smoke effects, and then it looks as if you want, you can even double up and do some smoke effects and the blast effects, because the smoke effects have a little hole in them as well. So that's not bad. We're going to leave this guy out here because we're going to talk about him again in a minute. You have 2 of his shoulder mounted rocket systems here, and there's some sculpted wear, as you can see, like right here, there's like a bullet hole and some scratches. Lots of damage on this guy right here, but no paint other than those 6 yellow caps right there, which I'm assuming are supposed to be the tips maybe of these things right here, possibly. And then the smoke effects or the blast effects for these things are like this big hollowed out part that kind of go over them like that. But I'm not trying to get ahead of myself here. Oh man, that's on there really well. Because as you can see here, they each have like a little ball port right here, and that's how they connect to his shoulders. But this one has this extra little arm on it that is on a slider and can slide forward and backwards. And I believe that is for the minigun, which you can add to this guy right here. And so you can add some extra armaments to it if you'd like. But let's kind of pull that off. And like I said, you do have these 2 different missile effects, with all of the missiles kind of like swirling out all over the place. It looks really nice. It would have been kind of cool maybe if these maybe had been like clear translucent and we have like a trail of red to orange to yellow and to clear or something like that. But as it is, you can just see how they look, and then you can port either one onto either set of missile launchers that you would like. And then again, no paint apps here on the missiles themselves, but these are probably the second most standout accessory that you're getting with this guy. I say second most because clearly the big awesome bonus accessory here is this head, which is just fantastic. The hair looks great. The bandage looks great. He's got some damage here. There's some texture. Hopefully you guys can see that there's some texture to the wraps. It's not just plain white. It looks really, really nice. And then you do get this head, which is also really cool. And, you'd be, remiss in thinking that there's no paint apps here, because there are a little bit of 6 like black glossy dots right there, but some little weathering, silver weathering would have been nice. And, you do have this head piece here. Now, we are going to pop these two on a regular Marvel Legends Punisher figure and see how they work out, but let's take a look at the armor itself. All right, so here we have the big Hulkbuster armor standing straight up and down, and he's going to come in just a hair under 9.5 inches tall. Now for some size comparisons for this guy, now it does say, now I've never read this run of Thunderbolts, so, I remember seeing some of the covers in comic stores. I think it looks cool. I'm just a huge Punisher fan. I should have read it, but I know he wears it to fight the Red Hulk. Now, here we have the Marvel Legends Red Hulk figure that's from the Falcon and Winter Soldier. No, I'm sorry. This is from the Captain America Brave New World Red Hulk. But you can throw it in. It doesn't really look very much like Harrison Ford's likeness. I have done a review on this guy. It just looks like a Red Hulk. So if you want to use this in this scenario, you certainly could. He's going to come in standing just about at his shoulders. And then I do have a regular Frank Castle Punisher. Now, this is the one that is the sort of like pop and swap with the 2-pack with Nick Fury version. That's what's going on here. I did do that pop and swap because I love this classic Punisher look. And so you can see how it stands next to a regular Marvel Legends 6-inch scale figure. I don't have the Hulkbuster, the Iron Man Hulkbuster. So, this is the first time I'm getting my hands on something this big in Marvel Legends scale. And then this guy's coming in right at 9 inches. So he's about a half inch taller than this guy. Comes up just about to the shoulders here, the shoulder pads. From what I understand from people, I've watched a bunch of reviews from people who have the Hulkbuster or the newly updated Hulkbuster armor. From what I understand, of course, the head's new, this upper torso piece is new, and the shoulder pads are new. I think everything else is reuse, if I'm not mistaken. The bottom part right here of the Punisher logo is on like this, I'm not going to say like a soft plastic, because it's definitely a hard plastic, but just a more forgiving piece of plastic, so that if you do want to like sort of bend this down a little bit or bend it up, they do kind of move and get out of the way. We're going to kind of go over the articulation here. I don't even know how, like really and truly how to like go over this, because guys, it's just such a big chonky boy. But one of the things that in the package, these were all the way up on the top, and those are of course for the let's see here, let's put the machine gun one on this side. Let's see if we can get that to pop on, and there we go. I didn't really feel or hear it pop in, but we're just gonna call it good. Maybe when I go to move it, it won't be, but there you have it, so that you can put those up like that, and then you can rotate them backwards if you want them to sit a little further back you can, and then you can angle them flush and flat like that. You can have them more angled up like that or off to the side. And then you can, of course, have them rotate all the way down and flat across the back. And so it's kind of like they don't really bother me back there. But as you can see here, there's a lot of sculpted detail on the back. Let's see if I can pop that off. Just none of it's painted. We get some recessed paint here on the shoulder pauldrons. Of course, the inside of that, where those detents are, is silver. But like all of this right here, like what could be like thrusters, not painted. And that's where I may go in and just add a little bit to it, just so that I can enjoy this figure a little bit more, and spend some time like really making it weathered the way I wish Hasbro would have done it. But of course, if they'd have done it, then they probably would have charged us $20 more for this thing. And if you wanted to see what that looks like with the machine gun up, you certainly can. Let's get that out of the way. With the head, it is on a pretty forgiving ball joint, so you can kind of move it around quite a bit. And let's pop that off, and let's go ahead and put this really cool head on. But I have a feeling this head right here is really going to live on a different Punisher figure. But you can see how you can move that all the way around. He can look up, look down. Let's see, how are these connected? Feels like they're connected to the shoulder. So they're going to travel with the arm as it goes around. And how far up? Oh, wow, that's actually kind of impressive. How far up you can sort of get the arms. I was not expecting this guy to hit the T-pose, but he can get pretty close to it, honestly. Again, lots of sculpted detail, just not painted. But I'm going to take care of that because I spent too much money, invested too much money in getting this guy, and do plan on displaying it for it not to look the best that it could. As far as like, we do have a full bicep swivel in there, so that's really cool. I do appreciate the appearance of pistons and a little bit of paint to call attention to it for the arms. But as you can see, it does have a rotation at the elbow. But because of this huge pad right here in the back, you're getting like 3 detents. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. You're getting 4 detents in there. No other hands. I think I would have liked some splayed open hands. That would have been really cool. But as it is, you get 2 fists. Those are what appears to be on a hinge and a swivel. They could have just put that on a ball joint, honestly. And then you do get some guns right here. And yes, you can put 2 of the blast effects in there, and you also can put the smoke effects in there as well. If you want to do that, you can put those in there. And I think that looks pretty cool, for display purposes. Again, no paint on the hand at all. For the waist or the upper torso, you get a lot of movement. You can rotate it all the way back. It can only go forward. I mean, not really at all. You do get some tilt side to side. No waist rotation. For the legs, they can go forward that far. They can go back that far. They can go out to the side a little bit, not a lot. And then you do have some really nice hidden thigh articulation, which is pretty nice. And then let's see what's going on with these knees back here. So you can see some sculpted pistons, but no paint back there. And then let's see. Did you guys know, I didn't even pay attention to this, the arms are pinless, but these knees here, and there's plenty. Guys, there's so much space right here. They could have filled that in. There's no reason for there to be a hole right there. You can see the pin right there, but it's sort of like made into the design of it. I don't really mind if we're looking at a robot or a mech suit and they've got pins, because that seems to be where they appropriately would be. Now, this does seem to be in here. If you look, this is a double joint right here. You got a hinge here, and it's down on a hinge there. So that is actually 2 points of articulation, technically. As you can see, it can bend forward. Yeah, there's just not a lot of movement. We have some nice sculpted detail down here, little hit of red, and then you can see how the feet are. They're on like a really big, what looks to be, I can't tell if that's a ball joint. I'm assuming that's a ball joint. Then you do have a hinge and then a forward-facing pin for rocking a little bit. Sculpted detail, even foot pegs. Not that you're really going to need it with this guy. If you can't get this guy to stand up straight, oh man, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Now, I want to pop this off because I have a couple of other Punisher heads that I just want to see how they look, like classic Punisher, and that actually does pop on, so that's pretty cool that you can do that. Let's see here. We've got an angry Frank head. Can pop that on. That looks pretty decent. I just really don't think I'm going to use the helmeted robot head, honestly. Just because, to me, it doesn't really read as Frank. I love this Punisher here. And let's see if this older figure, let's see if this works. Kinda, sorta. Oh, there it goes. Now, it's popped on. And that looks really good. And with all the battle damage, it kind of fits. Now, but let's see what this head looks like on that Frank. And dang, it looks pretty sweet. But of course, you know, if you wanted to put it on your more classic Punisher, you could do that as well. And that also looks really sweet. This is most definitely a centerpiece of, you know, your sort of Marvel Legends shelf. If you have, like, say for instance, like a Punisher tribute shelf like I do, this is definitely going to be my centerpiece for that. This is just one of those pieces that comes along every once in a while that's sort of like a gimmicky piece that the Marvel Legends team puts out. Not something that I think every collector is going to want unless you're just like a diehard Marvel Legends completist, which of course I'm not. I really only ever pick up Spider-Man, Daredevil, Punisher, and Wolverine Marvel Legends figures. Those are my 4 favorites. So I kind of have like a little tribute shelf of those. And this is definitely, like, I've never been compelled ever to want to pick up a Hulkbuster armor, but this being Punisher, it is definitely something that I am glad that I picked this up, and it is a fun figure. There's just enough fun stuff about it that I think it justifies the higher price point. And honestly, I'm glad I picked it up. I do plan on distressing it and putting a lot of wear and tear all over this and really mucking it up, just so that, like I've said probably a few times now, just so that I can enjoy it a little bit more, because I do think, you know, basically what you're getting shipped is almost there, but a little bit more of paint apps would have really pushed it over the edge, and maybe some extra hands. But you guys let me know in the comments down below what you think of this big release. Is it something you're adding to your collection or something you guys are passing on? Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it. And be sure to check us out over at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I am your Saturday Morning Toy Collector, Mark, and I'll see you guys in the toy aisles.